From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 48 back in 2014, there's a look at MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. It's all about divisional matchups on this final day of the regular season, and we've got a compelling one in store here, as it'll be the Houston Texans taking on the New York Giants. Tee, we're set for football, and we are underway from MetLife Stadium. And bulldozing his way through. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26.
At their own 26-yard line.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down. You look at the defense for these Texans. Against the pass, they've had some issues. Ranked number 23 in the NFL right now.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
A shotgun snap for Herbert. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. The Giants had a struggling 3-13 now on the year. And they come in the midst of a pretty bad stretch here. Losers of 5 straight.
And far be it from me to go ahead and go gloom and doom, right? If they fall down 7-0, 14-0, all of a sudden the cycle starts all over again. So the best way out of this for them, they need something to happen positive early in this game. That's a great way to help break this losing skid.
This short pass into the hands of the Joker. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And it's 3rd and 4 now.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
3rd and 4.
Baylor tight. Cap. Go. Hey, go Lion. Crowd right. Set.
Again, Herbert. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Malik Hooker. And the Texans are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions, can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42.
Hawk 70. 19 Tiger. Warriors 70.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And this is caught at the 20. And he's able to get this down deep on the Giants side of the field. A big pickup of 38.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver. And as this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10.
Panther 11, Panther 60, Panther 60. 19 tight.
They'll look to throw. And this one right back into the hands of Jefferson. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Another connection between the two. This one good for 12 and a first down.
First and goal, Houston.
Here we go, here we go. Liking 18. Ready, ready?
They'll run Achane. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Devon Achane taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Texans take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Aubrey good with a PAT. And that makes the score 7-0.
Giants, nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
59, 59. Ready?
Here's Herbert. That's taken in. It's Xavier Legette. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Well, they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
Hold on. Check. 18 Cardinal, go.
Now Achane on 1st and 10. Runs over him. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Let's go now. 19, Mustang 19.
Looking to throw. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. They need 18 yards here on 3rd down.
60 Vikings, 60 Vikings.
3rd and long.
60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. 19 Lions.
He'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Justin Jefferson with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Texans lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. The extra point up and good by Aubrey. And that'll make the score 14-0. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
I just want to rock. I just want to rock. Body out of ya. Shorty got that body out of ya. No time, set up. You gon' kill my vibe. Stand on my money, don't know my side. Pick them sides.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Ready to roll for the second quarter from MetLife Stadium. The Giants with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
'59. Set. Cap. 12. Hey, cap. Go.
Here's Herbert. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and this shows on the scoreboard.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
I know we don't have a special scoreboard to show it, but the offense, they've surrendered more sacks than they have points thus far. This defense, they're winning in all phases of the game right now.
We'll go orange. Let's go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That one complete to again. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Giants go on 4th, but come up empty. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3. Because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, right now they just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started. The way that they're going about doing things right now, they've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
2nd and 10.
Here we go, set. Cougar 19. '79 Broncos. Ready.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
19 Chargers.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. They set up the screen. Achane has it. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38.
A loss of 7. It's 4th down.
70. Mustang 19. Trap 60. 60 Maverick.
They're going to try and throw. He'll try to do it himself. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Texans first down on what will be a big play there on 4th and long.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Come on. Set. 60 Bison. Cougar 19.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that's going to be incomplete.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go up the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
Throwing quickly, that's caught by Brown out wide. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10.
No gain on the play.
Now they'll change things up.
19 right.
Back to throw again. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27, no first down.
8-yard gain. It's 4th down.
Inaudible here to get a new look.
Nineteen tight.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0.
Ready.
Now, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
70 Timberwolves. 18 Pioneer. 79 Broncos.
Again, he'll drop to throw. To the right side and complete to Jefferson. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first.
First down.
Ready.
Gain of 4 yards.
Panther 60.
And the
Ready.
Texans
Up the middle, Achane. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
a gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there, saying not so fast to a good drive. They had marched to the end zone the last time out.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
Cowboy 80. Ready.
Touchdown, Houston. Devon Achane. He has career touchdown number 78, tying it with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list. And the Texans will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Aubrey good with the PAT. And that makes the score 21 is in. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission. Herbert. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Now it's Herbert. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Go. 380. Home the troops right. Hey, go lion. 21. Set.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Kappa.
Herbert back to the air. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. From the gun, Herbert on third down. He'll try and do this himself. He'll get this to his running back, Dowdle. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. And no move to get Herbert off the field. They're going for this.
Hey, easy. We'll go orange. Let's go. 59. Ready.
They snap it to Herbert. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. Chris Olave in the final seconds of the first half. And the Giants take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6. And just before the half ends, the prayer is answered. Defensively, a disaster there.
I know often we're surprised when this actually works. I mean, the excitement level goes way up, and maybe we shouldn't be, because I know as a defender, you've got to play the ball in this situation, but you can't interfere with the receiver because, remember, it's a spot foul, and it'd be 1st and goal if it happens in the end zone, and you don't want to give up that play. And that little bit of hesitancy often works really well for offensive guys.
So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10.
Cougar 19. Hey, Chris, please.
In motion goes the tight end.
7 Pirates, 7 Pirates.
They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to find Jefferson open downfield. And he goes diving to get as much as he can following a big gain. A nice little cherry on top there at the end. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break.
Chase McLaughlin set to kick off.
It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the 3rd quarter. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic. I think at the half that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10.
Mustang 19. Go.
They'll set up to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, it's too early to figure out what kind of adjustments this defense made at halftime, but that's a good start to the second half. They can now afford to give up more points and fall further behind, so well done to force the punting situation here.
This offense 2 for 2 converting on these thus far, so why not try again here on 4th down? They'll go for it.
18, Pioneer. 19, Lion. 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. Dragon 60. 18,
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. He'll try to do it himself. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
I've met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a 1st-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the 1st down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through their entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Here's 2nd and 10.
60 Bison, 60. Let's go now. 70 Lions.
Back to throw here. He'll dump this off to Achane. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Not liking the look. They'll change the play.
Cup 19. Cup 19. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Texans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
It's complete on the bubble screen. That's Brown. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. A run straight ahead with Achin. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
They'll look to throw again. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing into coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Let's go. Cowboy 80. Hawk 70. Hawk 70. 18. Pioneer. Let's go.
They'll look to throw here. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. And the Giants are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 8-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10.
59. Crowd right. Set.
They'll start on the ground with Shipley. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. Brought down on the play by Kobe Turner.
If they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. They work now on 2nd and 9.
Set. 12. Hey, ram. 12. Set.
Back to throw here, Herbert. Got a man, that's Ligon. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
And the Giants first down. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Set. Green 80. Right.
Straight ahead, Shipley. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
2nd down and 6 now.
Hey, easy. We'll go orange. Hey, go lion.
Here's Herbert. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
3rd and 11.
Let's go. Cap. Hey, easy. We'll go orange. Let's go. 59. Crowd right. Ready.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. He lets it go deep for Olave. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. I guess we're at the point of the game where they do need to open up the playbook a little bit, start to take some chances down the field, but that one did not go as planned.
Yeah, these guys need something good to go their way, and they took an opportunity to take that shot there
But obviously that's not going to help. A tough play for them as they're trying to make their way back.
Here's Achane to start the drive. Now he's loose again. Touchdown, Houston. Devon Achane, 59 yards. And the Texans will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. And go ahead and give him the hat trick. He's been in the end zone now 3 times.
You toss your fedora first, okay? You go ahead and do that. But let's be honest about it. That third one, that's the most spectacular run he's had in the ballgame. It's almost as if he's been playing his own game of, can I top this? And each run has been more spectacular than the last.
Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in the landing zone, this will come out to the 20. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Shipley. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Giants, first down. First and 10 at the 32-yard
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. He lets it go deep for Olave. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
at the 38-yard line. It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Giants on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Baylor type.
Herbert now. He'll try and do this himself. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Jalen Phillips in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down.
Hey, go line. 380. Let's go.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. to throw. They set up the screen. Achane has it. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
And the Texans first down. A gain of 18.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. Here's a 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 50-yard line.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's caught inside the 20. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Devon Achane, 49 yards. And the Texans look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Aubrey now for the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Giants 7.
Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And the returner down to a knee. This will come out to the 35-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 94 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
59. Baylor Tiger. Baylor Tiger. Ready.
From the shotgun, here's Herbert. And he's got Pierce. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Alec Pierce, 27 yards. And the Giants get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line to the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Here we go.
It's been a dominant performance to this point, Charles, and this is probably exactly how they scripted this and envisioned it. They got a 3-score lead, 4th quarter, and a chance if they want to continue to pour it on here.
It is their call, isn't it? I mean, the way that they have taken on this game and the way that they have carried this game and have dominated this game, you're exactly right. Do what you want down the stretch. We are in the era of, hey, if you don't want us to do this to you, then you need to stop us.
Now he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That goes for a gain of 31.
And even with the game seemingly in hand, they're continuing to fire away, pressing the ball down the field. Listen, it's worked all day. No reason to go away from it now.
Out of the gun is again to Achane. And he's able to break out a one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Now they'll try to take advantage of that offsides call. Here's 1st and 5. Achane gets it from the gun. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
He was brought down at the 26.
19 Wyatt.
Brings up second down.
Warrior 17.
Second and 4. Oh, the RPO will keep it himself. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. So from the 17 now, here's a first and 10.
A gain of 9 yards.
On the handoff, it's Achane. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Let's go. 19 target. Dragon 60.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Justin Jefferson. His second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Texans have opened up a 4-touchdown lead here in the 4th.
The extra point.
The extra point up and good by Auburn. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
And that is taken in by Njoku. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And the Giants first down. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Hey, Kappa. 59. 5'9".
You got tight right there.
Go.
Now it's Herbert. Open man down the field. That's Ligon. And he takes us just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for first and 10.
Set. 380.
They'll give it to Shipley. And he put up a good fight, but he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Baylor Tiger. Ready.
Herbert. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Now they'll have it first and goal following that gain of 17.
Set. Reset.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
But what they're seeking with an RPO is space for the receiver to make a catch and then make a play downfield, but there wasn't any space available, thus the incompletion.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, second and goal.
White 80. Hey, go Lion.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Set.
Now Herbert, 3rd and goal. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Go, let's go. Hey, easy. We'll go orange. 21.
Wait, you're kidding me.
Set.
4th down for Herbert. Desperation time. That's to his running back, complete. And he will be brought down well shy of the goal line. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone. And that will force a turnover on downs. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. Now a 2nd and 2.
Go! 70 Lions!
And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Houston, they'll wrap up on a high note, but will still finish 3 games below 500 at 7-10. And by just about all accounts, not the type of year they were hoping to have. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they're going to kind of bottom out here to wrap up this very forgettable season at 3-14. And it's fair to say wholesale changes will be forthcoming in the very near future. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.